Hello, everyone. Welcome back to
Hello.
Menage with the Mary Jane Maven. And we're just getting all situated here, guys. Excuse us. There we go. There we go. Just getting all situated. But yes, welcome back. We are very, very happy that you are joining us. And I have to start off by saying this. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Hey, hey, hey. Super Bowl bound. And I called it. I'm a little psychic.
That's wild.
A little psychic, but I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. We're way too focused. So, we want it. It's right here. We're about to grab it. So, I'm so sorry for the rest of y'all. But, it's about to be lit.
They finna play the Chiefs, right?
Yes, we're about to win and beat the Chiefs.
Wasn't the Super Bowl like that recently? The Chiefs and the Niners? One of these?
No, the last time we played, right? Was that who we lost to? Baltimore. When my hubby took a bottle of Hennessy to the
I stopped watching the Super Bowl when the Broncos just threw that game back in 2014, I think. Yeah, I stopped watching Super Bowl after that. I stopped caring.
Yeah.
No, for real. It got boring after that.
Good story. I'll share real quick. Last one, I wanted to throw a Super Bowl party, and my husband was like, look, I'm going to invite a few people over because you know me and Super Bowl. Like, he doesn't want to watch it with a whole bunch of people or, somewhere like that. So I said, okay, cool. We had a few people over. When it was apparent that, they weren't going to win, people started kind of like milling out a little bit. And I was like, why are they leaving? And one dude was like, we work with him. We know. We know what it's like. I was like, no, he's going to be good. So the clock wound down to 0. And I'm looking for my husband, like, where's he at? I look over in the kitchen in the dark, and he has a bottle, the largest bottle of Hennessy that you can have. And he's just taking it straight, just bop, bop, bop,
What
bop, bop, bop.
what Super Bowl was that?
You said what?
What Super Bowl was it?
The last time that we were in Super Bowl?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it that emotionally damaging
It was.
to you?
Nah. It's okay.
That type of situation. So yes. So I already know this year.
Okay.
No Hennessy. No, I'm kidding. No, we get because this year is gonna be maybe celebration to the face, but
Okay.
but still be at home. But yes. So I did want to go ahead and I haven't seen our friend over here.
My name's Chess.
Yes, I'm calling. He's my little bro now. I'm calling him my little bro. We haven't seen our little bro since before we went on vacation
Happy
for the
New Year.
holidays. So yes, welcome
I know
back.
everything's different. I got a piercing in my face. Your
You
hair is
do.
pink.
It
You
looks
do.
good.
Yes,
Look.
we're having fun.
And I'm telling you, if I don't pull up my Instagram or whatever one more again and see this boy, he's been working hard, performing, going dummy. Okay, like going hard. It's. I love seeing that. I love seeing your hustle. I love seeing you create. You can tell. I don't even have to be in the room to see, and to be able to feel the emotion and the energy. And then to have people reposting it and being like, dude, he is crazy energy. Like, this was lit. And, so.
Everything on beat.
Yes,
That's how
yes.
we
So,
keep it.
of course, we'll talk about what things we have coming up, in the near future. And I'm sure he has a few things. I know that we're going to be at a couple things together, like, the grand opening
Big
for Taylor
Mind Studios.
Studios.
Exactly the first.
Met her
We
the
gotta
other
come
day.
in all white.
Yes,
bruh.
I'm
I don't have
I'm
no
helping
white.
out.
I don't have no white.
I don't either because I get makeup over everything.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I cannot keep white clean, but I'll try something.
Yes, I'm sorry.
She
Yes.
will?
Oh, yep. And she'll be here too. Yep. She's gonna be here on the
What?
29th.
Oh, it's big lit.
Yeah. So I love her energy. I mean, like what was supposed to be maybe a 15-minute meeting turned into like almost
That's
2
my
hours.
dog.
Yeah.
She
She
said the same thing. She's like,
yes.
that's my little brother in her head.
Yes.
Like, she always
I
said
love
that.
it. So it's that was cool to, like I said, to be able to see what you have going on, that you stayed busy throughout the holidays. You're staying busy. People are loving what you have to do with your treats. And speaking of,
Yeah.
looks like somebody bought us a little treats today.
Hey, shout out to Monthly too. I actually used that cookie cutter that I got from the first episode I was here.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
shout out
Bree
Monthly.
listening
Yes.
there. But look, he made some cupcakes for me with Menage on
It
there.
says Menage.
So,
'Cause we're
after
menaging with the
after
Mary
we
Jane
spark,
Maven.
yes, we're menaging. We are. So, we'll be getting into that a little bit tonight. I
Yes.
definitely have to. So thank you, boo.
Please, Yes.
But before we get into our hellos, of course, hello to my folks over here. I do want to give you your gift that I brought you. It's nothing huge, but I
Hey,
thought
no,
about
that's
you when we were
amazing.
on vacation.
that's cute.
I saw
need
this
this
and I
in
was
my
like,
life.
oh, you can tie it because
I
I'm
need
way
help.
across. Yes. But
Thank
I
you,
was like, you
family.
know what? He will rock that. That's, he'll rock it. He wears Crocs. So I was like, he'll definitely rock that. So
I didn't
but
have
yes.
time to change.
No, see, this is good though. 'cause
She's in
it's
her medical
attractive.
mode.
That's beautiful.
A strong
you
woman.
save lives.
Save lives.
I'm help people save their own life.
See, you
Aw,
saving lives.
see?
That's still saving lives.
She's all humble. She's not even going to take the shine for that. She's just doing
No,
that.
listen, every time I need to call 911, people be pissed at me. They'll be like, it's not an emergency. It's like, yes, it is.
Yeah, if you
Sorry.
think it
Saving
is.
your life.
I've been
Right.
kicked out and all that. But, it's all in day's work.
So you've been having a good week, though, since last week?
I have
and-
had a good week. I was so tired. I didn't make it out to the Sound of Art.
It's
I
okay.
didn't make it to the paint. I was
no.
literally in the bed for over 48 hours. There
Were
was
you
a
okay?
knockout situation
weekend,
going
yeah.
on, and I just couldn't.
I had to keep checking on her. I was like, where you at, girl? What's going on? What's going on? So
But I got my energy back.
Yeah, you
from
good.
over
She
24 hours of
did.
sleep or whatever was going on, and had a good week.
yes, I know how that is because that has been me today for some reason. It's been bananas. But it's been a good week, and I'm going to say that it started off great when, Thursday evening. I said, babe, Eminem released a new freaking song
He
and a new
released
video.
album.
Wait, hold on. So that was Thursday night, though. I didn't know.
okay.
I said, and we know him. We are. I'm the original stan, but I wasn't gonna,
Ain't that
hurt-
please tell me that's where that term come from. Everybody talking
Yeah.
about that, right?
Yep, stan.
Okay, when
Yep.
people say I stand this, because I was like, where did everybody get this from? Because I know the Eminem song, but it's like, okay.
Yeah. So, so
Super
that came
fan.
out. But before I get into that, because I do want to kind of talk about that and get into our spark and salutations, I do want to go ahead and bring on our guest for the evening,
We're live,
Tyler
right?
Therapy. We are live.
Yeah,
We're
this-
live right
you
now.
gotta
We
tell
are
all my
on. Yep,
followers.
we're on YouTube. So if you guys are, if you're on YouTube right now, there we go. So if you guys are on YouTube right now, we do have my producer, hubby over here. He can answer any questions. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any comments, he's working
live,
that
guys.
live. He's
Nice.
working
Yeah.
that live action. But yes, I do want to introduce and tell you a little bit about our guest. We have a guest who, once again, I made the connection through the wonderful world of social media. Her name is Tyler Therapy.
I love Tyler.
Isn't she dope?
Yeah.
Like she's
That's
dope.
how I found her on your
Yeah.
on your Instagram. You reposted her.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
bruh.
what that's what I
She's
like to do.
amazing.
She is. She's absolutely amazing. I'm wearing some of her merch right now from one
Oh,
of her
for real?
mini ventures. Yes.
That's dope.
So we'll talk about that too when we bring her on. But first and foremost, if you guys haven't clicked subscribe yet, please do so. Subscribe, like. We have our Patreon that's set up now. Don't know if you know, but we have our Patreon. So you guys definitely, check that out. Menage with the Mary Jane Maven. You guys will get some great, extra features, some little tidbits, some behind the scene things. Us even more raw and and unapologetic as we are here. You're gonna get even more of that.
Lit.
Higher discount for monthly. That's correct. So if you do
dope.
like
Shout
monthly
out
and
to
you want to be a
Monthleaf.
subscriber, yes, and we'll definitely you guys want to make sure you check them out because they have a special Valentine's Day box as well. So
And you
monthly is
get
that.
so much stuff in that
So good.
box.
So good.
And it's good stuff.
Yes.
I love it.
So while we're getting everything set up and getting our guest on, I want to shout out to everybody that's listening on Spotify, iTunes, Apple, TuneIn, Google Play, Stitcher.
damn,
We're
Stitcher?
working. Yeah, we're
What?
and this is nothing. We're working on we iHeartRadio yet? We live there.
Napster?
iHeart. We're supposed to be on
Napster?
iHearRadio
What?
too. Napster. Napster.
We up in
My
this
music's
bitch.
on Napster.
LimeWire.
Yeah,
No,
nah,
that'd be
that's
crazy.
illegal.
That'd be crazy. Is there still Napster around?
Yeah, my music's on Napster. Yeah, that's
Shut
in like
up.
Africa or something. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Funny. I didn't
SoundCloud,
Nice.
but yeah. So
Shout out to
SoundCloud,
the
it
Wild
is what it
Jones
is.
Podcast Network.
Yes, but
Yes.
every
I am
episode we're going to give a
high.
shout out to our international listeners as well. So tonight is a special what up and shout out to Australia.
Oh,
Thank you
Yes.
so much for subscribing and tuning in to us.
Crikey.
Yes, I know. Isn't that great?
And our heart goes out for
Yes.
those terrible tragedies and, with those fires and all. It's just, we in California definitely understand that.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Especially right here in Sacramento. We're
I
in the
hate-
bowl of it.
How I find out about information. I find out information through memes.
Mm.
Like that's like I swear that's what's on my because if you look at other people Instagram timeline and
That's how you
explore
find
page,
out.
everybody's is different. So mine
Yeah.
is hella meme. So when I first seen it about it, it was a picture of Australia and you would think it was like snow, but it was a picture full of spider webs. And this dude was like burn the whole country. And then the fire stuff happened. And then he went back and said, I'm sorry. But it was a meme
Oh
though.
my
But it was a whole
gosh.
meme.
Yeah, so then you
it was
found
like,
out?
Yeah, I was like, damn. And it was funny though. It was like, damn.
That's crazy. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to do a little thing like find a news source.
Yeah, like
Something. Find a new source to get on
Need new
that.
followers.
Yes,
like, for
yes.
real. Like, who do I follow?
Well, I'll always be able to give you, and we try to be a little wealth of information here as well, what's going on and what's important.
And black
but
businesses. I follow black businesses.
yes, you definitely have to do that. That's a way to get educated. Yeah. That's a way to do it. So we're gonna jump into a little bit of our quotes, and like I said, we're gonna have our guest.
He's getting his Skype together.
Okay. Sounds good. So we're just behind the scenes. This is live. This is what live podcasting is like, guys.
Tyler's a bad motherpuffer.
I like you. You see that? You see how that rolls into? That's exactly what today's theme is. But a little bit about, I'm going to, give a quote from another bad mother. She wasn't a puffer. Well, she could have been, but shut your mouth, right? Miss Madam C.J. Walker is who we are quoting this week. So, yes, I had to make my own living and my own opportunity, but I made it. Don't sit around and wait for the opportunities to come. Get up and make them.
Yes.
Fire and truth.
Yes.
Very, very wise woman. And if you guys don't know who she is,
you better
you better,
somebody.
right?
First millionaire.
I mean, first one. What the entire beauty and health, especially hair industry, is based off of today was started the foundation by her.
All these girls got burnt edges.
No.
Facts.
Listen,
Well,
Madam
Hey,
C.J.
she-
Walker was a philanthropist.
Yeah, she was
He
amazing, though.
encouraged
No,
people to love on each other, not just to make money, but as
Yeah.
a beautician, you're also a clinician.
Yes.
And to encourage people for
Just like
health
Clippers.
and
Yes.
wealth
Yeah.
and positivity. It's not just about coming and looking good. It's about just the
No,
whole
that's right.
life, the whole person.
Well,
So
what do you think?
love
I
that
mean,
about
that's
her.
why, just like our guest said last week, somebody that braids hair, she definitely found herself being more of a counselor. So we really think about it, especially within the black community. I think any kind of community where there's any kind of ethnicity involved, in any culture,
Right.
a barbershop is definitely a place that,
Yeah.
men congregate and they're able to talk
Exactly.
and have that therapy.
Right.
That's not the traditional therapy, but they are having that kind of camaraderie and being able to talk and bullshit and say silly stuff and stuff that would get them in trouble if their wives and girlfriends and anybody else heard. But hey, men need that sounding board. Same with barbershops. I mean beauty shops. Look at the movies. I mean, barbershop and beauty shop, they were not lying. A little exaggerated. I've never had anybody.
Food walk in.
Oh no, I've definitely had that.
Okay, I wish
Man.
that
The
happened
food
at
plates
I
is
wish
real.
that
Man.
happened at the barbershop.
Look, and your beauty, if you
cuz
Not the barbecue plate?
man,
they ain't
You've
never
never
had
had
at
the
the
what?
barbershop at the
Man.
Hell no.
Wow.
your
I ain't never had that happen.
your stylist or beautician or barber just all of a sudden being like, I'll be back in 1 minute, and 15 minutes later you sitting there over here watching the.
Oh no,
You know,
I
and they
seen
like-
people eat food. I'm talking about how the lady kept coming in with the plates of
Oh,
food.
yeah.
And
That's
then
how
the
they
white
do.
lady got thick. I ain't never had.
That's exact. They come in. I've got bootleg movies. Somebody
Clothes.
look.
I ain't never had
Somebody is definitely taking some type
the
of
nail
donations
shop,
for
I've
somebody's
definitely seen
shoes
that,
or
yeah.
basketball outfit or
I ain't never
basketball
had
outfit
that.
uniform.
Funerals.
There's
ain't
funerals,
never had
Funeral
that.
donations.
flyers
Never
coming
had
out
that.
for shows.
Y'all make me
the
feel like I used to
CD
cut
man.
at Supercuts or something.
Well,
I ain't
no,
never
my-
had that. Like,
My
what?
beauty stuff it was in a spa, so I would
Yeah,
have
that's
people
wild.
one-on-one alone, in the room. They tell all their business,
All.
and I was pretty good at keeping it on the low, like not telling anybody else, but it could be kind of freaky up in there sometimes.
Ma'am.
All that steam and them low lights, getting the never mind. Anyway,
What kind of place was she working at?
hey, it just
Come get your hair
depends.
done and get a happy ending. No.
Well, it was
Massage parlor.
no, I didn't say a happy
I'm just
ending,
kidding,
but
I'm just
when I know my clients
Oh,
well,
okay now.
a little
Hey.
extra neck and back.
Look, we're
rub,
gonna have a whole
you
bunch of
know?
comments like, "Where is her shop? Can she get back into that?"
Oh, I don't do
What
that
is
no more, y'all. I mean, I still hold the license, but
We could take that so many ways right now. I could go so many different avenues. But yes, so we'll keep that going. We'll keep it going.
Yes.
But yes, no, it's but just what we were saying, like it has definitely become a cornerstone, and maybe that's something that's kind of fleeting, because I do know that a lot of barbers now and girls that beauticians or cosmetologists, they work kind of in their own deal now. So it's kind of like I can come to your
Well,
house or you
some
can
be
come here.
having,
So it's not so much of that.
you can do
Community
in-house
anymore.
calls. You
Yeah.
can do
Oh, I
in-house
know a
calls,
lot.
yeah.
But I think most of them, they want to own their own. So they own like a specific space within, a shop. And
Oh,
that
like a
doesn't
salon.
A lot of them have
Yeah.
snacks in it though. Like it'd be snacks in there and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Like I
But I
said,
ain't never
that's
had
nice.
nobody come in with food.
Yeah. Well, the best place to me was nail salons that give you alcohol.
Oh
That's
yes, the
wild.
one I go to,
You
they
see
offer
Yumi
you
Steflo?
wine,
Yes.
and you can have a couple,
That's
know.
wild.
Look, and they own it too. They be like, more? Yes, I will.
Right.
I
Loosen up
Actually.
them
Where y'all go? I get my
pocketbooks.
hands and feet fixed too, bro.
I see,
I
that's
go.
good. I need to tell you. I mean, it is like the little bottles of E&J. It's not like,
That's
you
right.
know,
Oh really?
Ernest and
I never.
Julio Gallo. That's
Mine
one.
only. Yeah, it's like some
Yeah.
wine.
It's something where they
some-
want to
some-
sell to you.
Yeah, I'm, you know.
It's just to loosen up your pocketbooks, so
Yeah.
you get the extra expensive glitter,
Yeah, so you can look
the
so pretty. Like, that's
slushy.
so pretty.
So you be all loose and stuff like, yeah, girl, go ahead and put that design on
I'll
each
take
toe.
that
I gotta
$65
start bringing food up
pedicure.
here.
Seriously. This is what
Can I order some pizza? I'm hungry.
order some pizza. Go ahead. Order some
Right.
Hey,
pizza.
Spicoli.
Right? You have no idea who that. Right
Put
there.
it on your list.
Yes. Fast Times at Fast
Ridgemont.
Times at Ridgemont High. You have to watch it.
Oh yeah, I got to.
Good, such a good movie. It's such a good movie.
It's a stoner
So I
classic.
see,
Like
yeah.
you have to.
That's
You have
good.
to.
Yes, yeah. So okay, have you
been
ever
sparking
seen?
inside you too?
Have you ever? Yeah, we're gonna light that up. But have you? Well, I was kind of waiting for our guest, but I mean, I guess we can smoke again. Huh? So
Shit,
have you
make
ever
sure you spark on
seen?
beat.
Yes.
Hashtag
Well,
it.
no, you haven't been here in a minute, so we're gonna let you do that.
What, spark on beat?
But
I ain't lighter.
so have you ever seen any like meme or anybody thinking of like a girl getting out of a pool
Oh, yeah, you do.
in
put
any
it
type
so-
of movies or anything like
I
that?
got lighters.
That started from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Remember Phoebe Cates? That's who it was, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Best movie ever.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I have to say, I said like a year ago, I was like, I'm manifesting us meeting. Now, so this is a little different. We're meeting through Skype, but we will be in each other's vicinity one day soon. But I wanted to thank you so much for coming on, everybody. This is Tyler Therapy. If you don't know, you will know.
Having me.
Yes, and you better go follow.
Dog.
She's an
Hello, hello.
influencer that I would say she's the influencer within the cannabis community right now. She's doing something that is completely different, new, and something that's going to be long lasting. I have to say that I'm been blessed to be able to follow her, speak with her, and be a winner of one of her many ventures, of some of her merch, which is what I'm wearing today. I have worn it before, so anybody that's watched be like, ooh, she repeating outfits. Yes, I am.
I ain't
But
know, I mean, shit.
yes, right there. Had to rep all day. So yes, but I will also be investing in a Bad MuthaPUFFA. I see,
Yeah.
some
That
merch
shit
there.
Fire, yeah. Gotta get
Yes.
that.
So welcome. How is your day going, Miss Birthday Girl?
Oh,
It was
word.
my mom's birthday.
Oh, your mom's birthday.
Yes, she turned 50, so we wanted to do something special for her.
Okay, well, that was
And
lit. Happy birthday to Mama.
A full celebration for everybody who's celebrating a birthday this month.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I was supposed to be at that, and the people who I was traveling with catted on me literally like on the 19th, like catted on me, like I was ready to go and everything. Like,
Are you
I was like,
serious?
Yes, bro. I was
Now
finna-
on the beat.
yeah, on V Treats, you did, yeah.
Yes.
They straight catted on me, bro. I was really supposed to be there. I was gonna come down there and meet all them and everything, like. It was
Well,
wild.
we're gonna have to take a trip down there.
Yeah,
we're
it's
definitely gonna have
good.
to take a trip
Yeah, I know
because
you ain't gonna cat on
Where?
me.
Where
no,
is it at?
no,
It
down in
was in,
SoCal.
It was in the fashion district.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would like to, introduce you if you don't. I mean, you obviously know Mr. Chaz over here, my little bro. And then we have Miss Vita is my co-host. And yes, so I'm very excited. I'm sure I've already said 2 or 3 times. I'm starting to get lit, which is good. But I've been a fan of yours for almost a year and a half, probably, if not longer.
That's dope.
Thanks for puffing with me.
Yeah.
Yes, all day, all day. I've really admired what you're doing. Why don't you share a little bit about who you are and what it is that you bring to this wonderful universe and in the cannabis space?
Yes, so I'm Tyler Therapy. Nice to meet everyone. I'm also the baddest motherpuffer alive.
Hey.
With your afro
Yes,
puffs.
yes.
Yes, I
Rock
puff
ruffles,
my afro
puffs,
puffs.
yes.
I do a lot in
Those are my
the cannabis community, in the cannabis space. I represent for the cannabis culture and just the culture as a black woman in cannabis,
Yes.
period. So, yeah, excuse me. So, I infuse my musical stylings. Like some of you know, I rap. So I have a song that It's a parody of Lady of Rage.
Hey,
Rock
Yes,
on.
Afro Puffs.
yes.
She inspired me, and I rap. I'm an actress, so I wanted to kind of like do a spin-off of that and infuse it into what I'm doing within the cannabis space. And it was inspired by my show, The Puff Show. And everything I do is like about being natural and my natural hair and just, a black woman in cannabis, like I said. So I wanted to elevate everything that, makes us great. Um, and, I like I said, I infused it into what I do as an influencer on the
Yes.
influencer side, and I make like creative musical bops.
Yes.
So I just
Yeah.
always wanted to like kind of channel everything
This is
about who
dope.
I am and what I do, like into cannabis, and show that cannabis inspires every movement that I put out. So
Yes, and you
Nice.
do an excellent job. And I know I will say when she released, her take on Lady of Rage, I was like, first of all, because she's just a couple of years younger than me. I was like, what you know about Lady of
cute.
Rage? But you did a really good job. I've always wanted to ask, were you able to get that in front of her? Does she know anything about it? Has it been
she
shared? Or
does know about it. She follows me. So when that
oh, that's
movement
awesome.
kind of started, like she followed me right away, and she told me like you should always shoot your shot no matter what, so I mean, I invited her to try and be a part of like my music video for it, and she wasn't available, but I just hope that one day that I get her on the track, maybe on a remix or
That
something.
would be
Hey,
fire.
that
No,
would.
I
not
know,
hope. It's
I
gonna
know
happen.
it's within my reach, because
Yes.
if she already follows me and she's commented on the song, so I just like I
I'm
want to.
sure you already see it in your head, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
already happening. Just go
It's
ahead
gonna
and
happen.
get to that
You
point.
speak it into existence. I believe it can
Exactly.
happen. I've always kind of thought about you doing a remix to Yo Yo, too.
Oh
Can't play
yeah,
with my
see,
yo
and
yo.
it's so cool that people like when I was really diving into the YouTube life, like people were starting to like tell me their requests, like, oh, can you make a stoner anthem version of this song and this old school song?
Yeah,
And I'm just like, you know what? That's funny that those are my requests. Like people be like, oh, what do you want to see in my next video? I want to see you remix this song.
yeah, that would be dope. I mean, that's kind of what sets you apart as an influencer as well. You don't just rely on, waking up in the morning and taking your supposed fresh faced dab, in the morning, in your panties and bra. And hey, no, not knocking, no
Not
shade to anybody that's doing that.
that's not my path.
Right.
Exactly.
I just want to show women that you don't have to do that to make a stamp or show your purpose. Maybe
Right.
that's like I said, like we both said, we're not knocking
No.
those women. Maybe that's their purpose, but for those who just want to show that there's a higher purpose and you can elevate the cannabis community and the women within it
Yes.
without like having to show that side or
Being an accessory, we have an opportunity to make this industry one that is very inclusive and equitable for people of color and for women, and especially women of color. I've said it before, and this is gonna be a hashtag. I've said it before. I'll say it again. We have an opportunity with a new business sector to really make opportunities for tons of people, and like once again, nothing's wrong with it because in every aspect of every business, fashion, beauty, that type of thing is important. But there's a way to do it where you're not seen as an accessory, but you're seen as somebody who's really truly doing marketing or somebody that can truly influence.
And Yo-Yo was big on just being like a bold female who didn't need to show the body. And so sometimes the body is distracting to your point. You want people to get you for cannabis, not just for the fact that you're a super hottie, right?
Right, exactly that. And for me, like I don't know why, but like I'm more than just online. Like I get out within the community in the space so people will see me in person. And for me, I just like to surprise people with how I look. And it's funny to see like people's reactions. They'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know she was that thick," or "I didn't know."
Oh,
Like
hey.
that, and that's cool to me. Like I
Yeah.
rather surprise people or save it for the imagination. So when
Yeah,
they actually
yeah.
see me, they're like, "Dang,
Save a
I
little
thought
something. Yeah,
you know,
yeah, no. And like you said,
funny
no
thing.
one's knocking. Everybody does, got their thing. But yeah.
Yes. Well, I wanted to ask, do you think that you being a mother kind of plays into that decision to, to do what you're doing in a different manner, to not kind of fall into that,
Yeah, a big part of that does because I'm a mother to a young boy that
who
I'm
is
gonna
a cutie pie.
This is
So
all like
cute.
so new, bro. I thought Tyler
How
was like,
old is he?
I thought Tyler was like 23.
He's gonna be 2 in 2 months. I
Okay,
cannot
okay.
believe this.
Oh,
he's still a
fun,
baby.
mama. Have fun. Twos are so fun. Oh,
Yeah, right.
But does it concern you, like content that he may see later on? Is that a
I
thought?
mean, I don't want him. Kids like man, just what they're growing, the age that they're growing up in now. Like, you have to really be careful. I just don't want people to be like, "Dang, your mama thought,"
right?
they're around the internet.
It ain't nothing
And
like that.
and
though.
like you can be sometimes, but it's a time and a place, and in a space. And I just don't think cyberspace is for that.
That, right.
Right.
Yeah.
You're an influence, like, and these are kids, and it's more than just your kid, and it's like a whole audience, and and I'm working with cannabis, so you
Well,
want to really be careful of the message
Yep.
that you put out there when a younger generation is watching, because they're the future, and they have to understand that this is medicine,
Yeah.
and like it's and young girls out there, I don't want them to think that it's like you gotta sexualize a plant
Yes.
here to heal you, and it's already doing its job. So why do you need to?
Well, one thing that's
Facts.
good for, especially with somebody like Tyler, like what she doing is that you educating people, because weed is everywhere now. Like it's legal. Like my homegirl, she was saying like she needs like CBD drops or something like that, but she's scared to tell her parents because she don't know how they react. And then she told her mom, but her mom was cool with it, so she don't want to tell her dad 'cause she don't know how her dad would feel.
Yeah.
But I'm letting them know, like, weed is everywhere. Like, you can go to Walgreens and see CBD. So when you got somebody like Tyler, how she doing it? She doing it in a not aggressive manner, but assertive manner. Like, this is what I do. This is how I do it. I'm not
Yeah.
slow, bro. I'm not ain't nobody the stereotypical stoner no more. Ain't no stoner movies
Absolutely.
about, except
Yeah.
for How High too. That was hella dumb. But
Oh
other
my
than
gosh.
that, like.
I
other than
watched
that, like,
2.5 minutes of that, and I was like, babe,
that
I
shit was-
can't.
oh, that shit
I
was-
can't
oh,
do
yeah,
it.
when Yachty got pulled in by the girl.
That's
Oh,
that is
my
exactly how far we
God,
got into it. I was like, I can't.
and then they was like, "This some gas."
Yeah. They were in the car. I was like, we
Yeah.
gonna turn that off.
Yeah,
Let's
it
see
was
what
horrible.
else is
No,
on
but-
Netflix.
But just
Right.
kids, like everything on the internet, TikTok, Instagram, all the stuff on there. So when you can get the content of this is cannabis, this is what can do for you. Because when I was in high school, weed was just purple. You feel me?
That's
You get
what it
some
was.
Cookies. That's it. You feel me? We loaded. But now you get some weed, people be like, oh, this is what it'll do to me.
You
This is
see what
it'll
it
do
does
to
for
me.
you,
Yeah,
especially
So
as
you
an
want
adult,
some
yeah.
social responsibility with
that's what it
with
is.
your
Exactly.
kind of
Yeah,
message.
That's what everybody doing now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
ain't
it's-
nobody just getting high no more.
Well, I say all the
time.
time, you have to educate to eradicate to be able to elevate. And if we want this to be
Exactly.
normalized, if we want our children to be able to look back and talk to us one day and be like, "Ooh, yeah, that sucked. That's the time y'all lived in." Like, it's hella regular for us now. Like, all we do is go to the store and get it, and it's not a big deal. That's what I would love to hear.
Like,
You
by
know,
the time her son our age, you feel me? When they talk about her mom, he gonna be like, "Yeah, she was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
You ain't get a sweater,
Right?
Like, what you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
That's
Like,
my mama
you feel
right
me?
there.
So yeah, that's what so it's
Yeah.
cool. Like, you
Well,
know,
I'm not gonna lie. I am a fan of nugs and jugs. So
What is
it's just
that?
like titties rolling
what the
joints
fuck? Maybe what
and
it
breaking
sounds
weed
like.
down
Y'all
and stuff.
hella funny. What
Pictures.
is
So
that?
I mean, like,
yeah, exactly what it sounds like.
all the sides. I'm with all of it. I'm
It's
I
like
down
need
it's
a
with
art.
sweater though. I want a
It
sweater
is.
like that.
Oh no, I'm getting the whole.
fur on
I'm
it.
getting the whole fit.
I
Next,
want a
I'm
sweater
telling you.
like that with the fur on it though. I need
Oh, it's
that in my
fire.
life.
It's fire. She looks good. She looks
Yeah,
good.
I like
so,
that.
Yes, that is
Yes.
major cute.
Yeah.
So
Love the arms.
I do want to say that what I found is you also are very responsible with the products that you do review and that you work with. And
Yeah.
I have learned. I mean, I didn't know anything, and I get followers actually off of YouTube. So thank you so much. But yes, like the Pokeball, Snappable, what is it called again?
That shit was dope. That Christmas one went crazy.
Both. I did a bot to both.
There you go.
Pokeball and Snappable.
There you
But,
go. See.
know, I'll be puffing with the snappable for real, for real.
Yes.
That one with the bong, right? You can put your bowl piece in it and you poke through.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit
Yep.
was raw. I
was
liked her
good.
Christmas one too. That's the one you reposted. That's what I seen. I was like, this go crazy. I hit her instantly.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Who helps? Oh yeah, Steph Flo, are you able to pull her channel up and show those?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
What?
Let me show you know, look what we got over here. We
Play
got
the Christmas one.
little
That shit went
technology.
crazy. I
Little
like that one.
technology. So how do you go through your creative process? I know that you said you were, you have a background in theater, and
lit.
acting, and
I do
singing
too.
and acting. So do I. I was,
Me too.
I was-
We're all just a bunch of thespians.
yes. What'd you say? Over there, be mad because you weren't in drama.
Oh,
Don't be
well,
mad.
look,
you weren't in-
producer, I used to want to go to Sac High for that major drama program.
Man.
Love it.
Brown bag theater was my shit. Don't talk about my stuff. I love drama. So what is your history there? Kind of is there anything that we would have seen you on outside of, the cannabis industry? Was it more during childhood that you were, kind of on stage?
I actually went to performing arts school ever
Nice.
since first grade all the way up until I graduated.
Wow.
There was only like one small break where I was transferring from my performing arts high school in Vegas, and then we moved out here,
Okay.
and then I couldn't like audition and get directly into the performing arts school out here, so I had to go to a regular school for like 8 months or so, and it was like a weird transition because I'm like, oh, this is what public school
Yes,
is.
yeah. That's
Oh,
way different.
man.
Way different.
But yeah, I studied in theater, musical theater,
Go to her
show
YouTube.
choir. So I have a
Oh.
huge background in just the arts and entertainment. And I did perform on Broadway once for August Wilson monologue competition. He's a African American playwright, just an amazing playwright.
Oh, wow.
And I got the honor to perform on his stage in New York, and I won a competition for LA.
Go ahead, girl. That is awesome.
So that was
Wow.
Look at her header.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
So
fire, right?
how
just like-
has... Oh,
I'm sorry,
sorry.
what?
I was going to ask
Go
you a
ahead.
question. You can finish if you... Anyway, how has cannabis helped you to give yourself permission to be an entertainer? Because I know a lot of times for us, we kind of can be reserved and say, not give yourself permission to really step out there and, be an entertainer instead of a businessman or something. Has that been an issue for you? Has cannabis helped with that?
Yeah, like there was a major like transition within myself where I was like, okay, it was a whole different side of me. Like I had a whole professional life. I had a whole like actor's life where I didn't really reveal or show that like I medicated knowing damn well that cannabis is what inspires me to be any of those characters,
Right.
And a
That's
lot of
dope.
people in the entertainment industry medicate.
Oh, yeah.
So it was
yeah.
just like
On a lot of things.
Yes, a lot of
unfortunately.
things. Yes,
But,
many of which they should leave alone and just
Right.
stick with the plants. But
Right.
yes.
Right.
Mhm.
So it was like, but for some reason, like if you want it to be taken seriously in show business or whatever, you couldn't show that. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what? Like I don't want to have to hide a lifestyle in which cannabis fuels me to just be creative and be in that state of mind. So I really wanted to show that you can like put them all together, and that's why I go all out in all my videos and my songs and stuff when it comes to cannabis, because I just want to show people like, hey, this is what inspired me anyways to be this way.
Yeah, that's the way I do it.
Nice.
Do you
Well,
edit
that's
your
fire.
videos?
I edit my videos. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do it all.
That's
You do
really
good.
good. Yeah, we're playing one right now.
We watching the Pure Vape and Wally drops.
Yes.
That shit go crazy, bro.
So
Fuck with
I'm
cute.
so glad you like that. I'm glad because I was like hoping that someone would give me a holiday campaign type thing, and nobody was. And then they just came out of nowhere and they were like, "Oh, we have a holiday box," and and I was like, oh, "Okay, well, how about I'll do a holiday bot for a holiday box."
Nice.
I love
Good.
that.
I
And
want it to be like, I love how like celebrations and holidays and stuff. So I was really like ready to be festive with that one. I
Well,
was
it's so cute. What I learned, like what I liked about it, is that you look like, you know, when you're sitting under the tree and you're opening it, you definitely look like a kid at Christmas.
I was
But
just
then in
gonna say
other
that.
aspects, you know, you very look like you know, a beautiful, sultry, grown woman. You know, that's about her.
Sultry.
Yes, no, I'm saying that's about, you know, her cannabis and utilizing that to be the best goddess that you are and best mother. It just comes across, you know, that way, especially because I know your mission and, you know, and your beliefs. But you do a really good job. You do. I mean, and to know that you do all this, like,
Yes, yes, I do it all. I have like maybe one of my family members like toss me the item or something. But yeah, I
That's
do.
still dope though. Like you feel
yeah.
me that they even do that. It get hard to get people to participate sometimes to do
It
shit.
does.
I be trying to shoot sketches and shit. Like it's hard when people
Yeah.
are lazy, bro.
Well,
Like
she has an
man,
amazing tribe, and she has a
man.
tribe of young ladies
That's what
that
I'm
she, you know,
saying.
that she
Like
does some of her ventures with, and we'll roll into that. But I'm
Nice.
glad that you mentioned your, you know, family or family members, because she also, you know, does some one of her ventures as well, which is the Elevate sessions.
Yes.
And that is with her family, and it's not with just like her brothers; it's with her parents as well. That's involved in that. So, tell us a little bit about that. That's so cute. I love that.
yeah,
It's
your
so cute.
graphics are dope,
Yeah.
bro. Like I didn't even say bro, but yeah, your graphics are
Yeah,
dope.
you did.
I appreciate when people appreciate those little details because man,
Yeah.
the things is
That's
tedious
it. That
and-
shit
Oh
take
my
long.
gosh.
That's
Look.
layers and yeah, no,
I will say
yeah.
the video that I
That's
did
what I'm saying.
too.
Like your fonts and stuff, you have to.
With
You,
iMovie, all I have is iMovie. Like,
oh damn, and you cut
and
out
it's
all
hard
that.
for me. Like, I don't even have my own laptop
stuff.
anymore because my son broke it. But you know, that's what happens when you have little infants.
Tyler, what's
But,
your sign?
But yeah, shoot, what were
You know,
we-
sign. You said, what's her sign?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's your
I'm a
sign?
Libra.
Oh, lit.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Libras are cool.
Oh,
You're an
okay.
air
Yeah,
sign and you be puffing. That
family,
makes
my
sense.
family. So we were on Elevate such events, and I throw, you know, safe spaces and parties for people to come and, you know, basically sort of let their hair down in a sense, relax, and they can sesh and be amongst like-minded individuals with everybody sharing positive vibrations and, you know, just love. It's always love and family vibes, especially since they're thrown by my family. So it's really just like as if you're coming to like just one of our family parties, and you get that sort of, you know, sense of just love that people sometimes miss within their own families. Because don't
Yes.
get to smoke with their families, but when you're at one of our events, it feels like this. I belong here. This is my family. I get to smoke with y'all.
So a person can come get adopted.
Basically.
Get adopted. I need.
Yeah, that's why everyone came out for my mom's birthday because
Okay.
by this point, people feel like, oh yeah, that's mom's. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, it's cool to see my family get involved and everybody fall in love with them too. You know.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
love that. So, how long were you always very honest with your parents when you chose to, you know, let them know that you were a connoisseur? Is it something they always knew? Are your parents very smart individuals and they are connoisseurs as well? So,
Yeah, it's
okay.
so funny. My parents, like, of course they medicated, and when I first started, like I really got it from my younger brother, and I was just like wondering like what it was about.
Okay.
And then right away when I got elevated with him, right away I went to my mom's room and I laid next to her and I told her, I was just like, Mom, I understand why you do this now.
I'm weak.
That's awesome.
And then she's like, what is your problem? And I was like, Mom, I'm high. And then she's like, Taryn, get in here and stop getting your sister high.
Cute.
And then from that point on, it
That's
was
so
just,
cute.
like, more like just, you know, just within our family.
Yeah.
I didn't have
Yeah.
to like go out with friends or people who I didn't know or didn't know what it was about.
Mhm.
And I was just safe within my own home with my mom, her room, her stuff, so I know where stuff from.
You know, yes, exactly.
And at that point, like too, I can't remember. It was like 2012-ish, and like we were really we were going to the dispensaries and picking out like top shelf flowers. So I never like smoked anything bad.
I was gonna say that's a
Right.
definite plus
That's
of
a-
being able to smoke with
that's
your
a
parents.
What? So you
'cause they
never
got the
had no
top shelf.
Mexican brickweed?
I
What?
know.
It smells like gasoline from being in a gas tank, girl. You ain't
Right.
lived yet.
Oh
Tons
my
of
God.
seeds.
I've never had.
You
to
ain't never
pick-
picked through
like,
seeds,
pick it
bruh?
up from a dealer,
What? No.
You know, or having to guess that did he give me a gram or a full eighth? Like I never had to.
Really?
deal
You
with
never
it.
been past oregano before?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
thinking
I
you
ain't.
bought like a fire
Nah, I ain't
bag.
gonna lie, I've
Yes.
smoked spice before, bro.
Really?
Oh, wait,
Wow.
ooh,
Not,
whoa,
not
that's a whole
seasoning,
nother
but
thing.
spice.
Spices,
like,
oh,
yeah,
that-
bruh.
oh, yeah.
That
That's why I was
shit's
like, oh,
wild,
whoa,
bruh.
yeah,
No,
that's no. I've gotten oregano. That's as far as it
Fucked
went.
up, bruh.
No, I used to try to, be a provider of the medicine back in the day when I worked in a call center. A real talk. I was just trying to get back at my oldest son's father
weak.
because he wasn't giving me money, and I was like, I know you're making money. Like, what are you
Stop
what are you doing? So,
me.
so I would go and just take like a handful of weed. I just like I don't know how much, a handful, and then just be like, people, you got that? And I would go to work in a call center, not wrapped up or nothing, just in my purse, and people were like, you smell strong, and I'm like, what you talking about?
Loud as
I was
hell.
probably giving people easily, probably closer to an eighth, and I was selling them like a dub. Like no
weren't even
scale.
waiting
for double,
I'm
bro.
eyeing it and stuff. Like
Just
man,
eyeball method.
man, just eyeing it. That's no wonder I was going through so much. But I thought I was doing something. I probably could have made it a whole lot more. But so I was
That's
that one that
funny.
you wanted to meet because I was giving you extra.
Right.
But yes, so
Well, so your family affair way kind of keeps you in a safe space with medicating with cannabis because you know your source, right? And that's
Right.
that's important to me as a clinician that people are big on their source and not just. I mean, I'm not trying to knock any hustles. I know, how the
Yeah.
game goes.
yeah. Well, it's
But
needed. It's needed.
I want to see people be safe and know what's going on with their bodies. So you can't really do that when you're just kind of getting whatever, right?
Yeah.
So
well, I will say,
like that.
I don't know about, in your area, but in Sacramento, we are not just overflowing with, I call them farmers markets, sessions. But the ones that we do have, you can pretty much find the same vendors, every week. It's a small community in Sacramento, as much as people want to seem like it's not, it is.
Yeah.
One word gets out, especially on social media,
And
and
they
it can
have
make
a
you or
Hey,
break you.
especially Super Sesh. Bet be posting.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
boy.
I have to give a shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out
I
to
didn't get a
Beth,
chance
yeah.
to come to see her this weekend. One of the bands that perform there, they're a really good vendor. They're gonna actually be guests on the show. So
That's
I don't know
beautiful.
if you saw the band there.
Who?
The who? What'd you say?
I don't want to say anybody's
No,
name,
not
but-
them.
No,
No,
okay,
not them.
okay.
It's
I don't
another
know
one.
the band.
There was a band that performed there that night. They were kind of like,
I ain't been to Super Sesh in a while.
oh, you didn't go this past weekend? Oh, I thought you
I
did.
don't
Okay.
just go just to go. I'm a vendor. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me, like
But there's
I just not
family
used
in
to-
that.
We know.
I'm just not used to going places without bringing my stuff.
Well, that's
So,
that's
yeah,
smart. That's what you
yeah.
got to do.
I know.
You always have to be
Look.
branding yourself. It's the best way to always brand yourself.
But that has a relationship, the whole sesh community. So then
Yeah.
you are knowing
yeah,
your
no,
source
like-
because these people want to
Yes.
talk to you. You
Yeah.
want to know them. You want to keep
Right.
coming back for the relationship with them as
No,
well.
yeah, like I really appreciate Flavor Farms. I really
They're
love
pretty
them.
cool. Yeah, they're good.
I'm
There's
finna,
some
go,
good
I'm finna
ones.
get some. They sweaters on Amazon.
Oh, they see. There's people,
Yeah.
we have our merch store producers working on it real hard. I will say, the past few nights, I'm like,
I need a Maven.
trying to
shirt.
get his attention, but he's over there working hard on the merch
Mary Jane
store.
Maven.
But that's coming up.
I
So
need
See,
it.
the thing about Sesh Life, we're trying to kind of change what people view as what Sesh Life is too, because like I said, with our events, they're way more like family style
Yeah.
and more about the experience that you get and that you feel when you're there.
and you do a
Yes.
really good job of getting vendors. Is this something that you just put out the events and then people hit you up? Do you have to try hard? Because I do notice, I'm like, your event list is vendors are crazy.
Yeah, it is a huge process. It's stressful sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to get people to join your stuff. For some reason, like a lot of times people are cliquey too, and in Sesh
that's
Life, like
everywhere.
they want to stick to certain sessions
Yeah.
or whatever. But that's why I was saying, like, we're not like every other sesh. We're not here to it's not really market style.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
that. People come. and it's because they want to bring value to their brand.
Yeah.
They want to be a part of a
Your events are
community.
experiences. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not like such as events. You can put a spin on it, but what you're doing is you're providing an ambiance. You're providing creating a community and a culture.
Right.
And that, like I said, in over the year and a half or so that I've been following you, you can see that grow and flourish organically,
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out
which
to
is
the
super
birthday sesh.
important. Yeah, super important. I mean, I love
Yeah.
that. You have an audience built in with your family being involved and not calling, please, if mom's watching, I am not calling you a baby boomer or a certain generation because you were only 50 and
Right.
50
Your
is like the
mama's
new
a kid.
30. But just that generation that's used to and dependent upon the big pharma and changing their kind of idea about using cannabis and what that looks like. And you can be, you still can be, in the church or you still
we're
can.
big on
get
just
that.
community, like
Oh, your
keeping-
minister getting high. Best believe.
staying
Look, right.
focused on keeping things, like love, not
Yeah.
corporate,
Yeah.
right?
See,
This
that's
is
just so
Farm to
many
Spark.
things, yeah.
We want people to be
Farm to Spark.
linked.
Yes, yeah. But no, that's what's kind of like built into your allure and what should make brands of all sorts. And, hopefully this this appearance kind of helps out. It gets the word out there about you and how much appeal you have. I'm back in
You're
school
amazing.
now, and for a marketing degree. I don't know why I'm back in school, but I am. I'm back in school for
What you
marketing,
mean? Why?
and
What you mean why?
because I
Look at
really do
God.
have the
That's
experience.
amazing.
I do have the experience
Get more.
in business. I know, and that's why.
Yeah.
That's why I really am.
Help me.
I'm looking back on our ancestors. Our ancestors are telling us a lot. We've got to take advantage of the opportunities that are being placed before us right now. So I'm trying to always be like, all right, our ancestors, they never gave up on knowledge and educating themselves. So that's kind of
Oh, you learn
my
something
why
new every
behind that.
day.
So, for sure.
We never
For
give
sure.
up on education.
But what I always think of, and Vita can tell you, if my husband wasn't here, he would
Shout out
tell
to
you,
Vita.
I always see somebody or see something and my mind's going at 1,000
Oh,
about the
I can
possibilities.
tell
And
you. What
yes,
you
well,
mean?
true,
Like
true,
what?
true, true,
Like,
that's right.
huh? Like,
Yeah,
God,
some of the
sending me
conversations
hella
with
links, bro.
yeah.
I asked for hella
Yeah.
different desserts. I was like, I could try. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I could try to
See,
do this.
yeah, and I'm like, no, you won't try, you will. This is what you're gonna add to your product line. But it's just because of what I see in people. If I feel, honestly, I feel spiritually sometimes. I feel like it's, people say, oh, this is on my heart. I feel
Yeah.
like the universe is telling me, tell this person this.
Do
Like
that.
I really
Yeah.
do. So, but what
I
I
like
see is
that.
just the allure and the drive, and what if I was a marketer and had a product that I wanted to focus on a family kind of brand, you'd be
I
perfect
love
for that.
I
Yeah,
love
you
that.
know.
Because remember that one lady said to us, "Oh, thank you so much for having this." It was, the company used to help, and
Yeah.
the one that needed you more than you needed them. Anyway, and she goes, "Thank you so much for having this because I need family in this medicating circle,
Yeah.
in this can of info, like just life, because the people in her life weren't really into it, but it was becoming such a big part of her life and her health and her wellness. So she needed that outreach in a family type of setting.
Yeah.
And so, that's a big part of it, because not everyone's going to have that in their personal life, but they need it. Like, I don't want anybody feeling like they got a duck in the closet to blaze.
Yeah,
That's not letting the full experience happen to you.
But if they do, I'm going to sidebar
Well,
really quick. If
yeah,
they
yeah.
do, they can, use a subscription box service.
Oh.
And that's going to roll into really quickly. I'm going to talk
Yes.
about Monthleaf, our one of our sponsors, and my girl. I was just waiting for somebody to throw something out there so I could
Yeah.
roll that in. I've been trying to
Get
learn
that
from
in
like
there.
Charlemagne's really
You
good
didn't
at
have to
that.
tell them about
Kev on stage. No, it's good. I'm very transparent. Like,
We
come
were
on, y'all.
ready for it.
So, hey, Monthleaf is the monthly cannabis subscription service for Northern California. The number one. They offer a variety of boxes that you can customize to fit your preferences. Each box will always have a value exceeding $150, but all you have to pay is $100.
It's a buck.
Just
And there's
one
heck
box.
of stuff in there.
Yes, and we've unboxed one before. They are having a very special Valentine's Day themed box. So if you order by the 12th, you will be able to receive it. I would recommend ordering before that.
Yeah.
You can find the link in our bio and also in our description on the YouTube channel here and on this video. But you save money every month. I mean, you also get to try new products.
Save money
So
even better.
it's up to 72 different products that you get to try each year. So
See,
you
that's
can
a lot.
subscribe Light that up on monthleaf.com, and make sure to follow them on as well on Instagram at Monthleaf Club. And they always have events happening. We had our collaboration event, Create and Elevate, this past Saturday. It was fantastic. It was full house. It went very well. Her and I are having an event next month as well. And actually, it's going to be monthly events. So it is Create and Elevate collaboration between the Mary Jane Maven and Monthleaf. She is having trivia tomorrow. But if you guys want to come and get beat, come on, because I'm going. And let me tell you, I know the most random shit ever. So you can come on.
Right. Okay, I should come. I should come just to challenge you.
Come on then. Come on for the challenge.
Finish
But yes,
her.
she's having trivia tomorrow, and that's going to be at Two River Ciders. Yes. Two River
Speaking
Ciders.
of events, Tyler, when's
I
the next
love Two
event?
Rivers.
Yes. When is the next event?
The next event is going to be the Eero Sesh Love Fest. That's going to be for the Valentine's Day
Okay.
theme. You know, for our events, since they're different, we only come seasonal. So it is only when like it's time to get festive.
Okay.
And
Need a
certain times of the
holiday.
year.
Yes. Well, your experiences get a lot of people. So I think having them seasonally is probably best for you and your sanity and and your family and
Yes.
and your I'm sure your significant
Like,
other
right
and
now,
your
I
baby.
need to break, and
Yes.
I'm happy because I'm like, oh, thank God I have a break in between.
Yeah, so you could
Because, like, 'cause
breathe.
planning them is just so much.
Yeah, it's like any holiday, right? It's
Oh my God.
a ton of work.
It's like, it turned into where people now are like, oh, and you know what else you are? A hot promoter. And I'm like, dang. I was like, so I'm a promoter now.
Yeah,
Hey.
like put on your resume. Yeah.
Right? Well, I didn't know that, but thank you for letting me know.
Love it.
So tell
more
me a little bit
events?
about the puff, because I like that.
Ooh,
thank
Big
you
Dab.
So much.
Okay,
Yes,
Big
I like
Dabby.
that. She makes me want to
Wasn't
dab
even
right
aware
now.
of that.
We can dab all day. We can dab. We got a little dabber right there.
Man.
Got my wax.
Ooh.
I wish Lacey was here. She would have brought some wax.
Lacey will be here next week.
I know.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
I'm
She
excited.
Shout
got
out to
royal
Lacey
dab. I was
B.
gonna
She'll
say
be
that.
back
Yes,
next week.
Hey, I might need
Today's
to go
her
by there
man's
after.
birthday. Shout out to them.
Oh, shout out, Lacey B and her boo. He's a very nice man. A young man.
I'm sorry. I was like, hold on, y'all
Hey.
smoking over there.
Yeah, no, yeah, we are.
To
Yeah.
light up a little bit. So I wanted to ask, I am a fan, so I was a fan of The Real when it first started, even though Tamar got on my ever-loving nerves. But I got...
What's the real?
Oh, you're so cute. Really? You don't know The Real?
I can't wait to talk about this.
Is that a real show
Yes.
on TV?
I don't think I
Yes,
watched it,
it's
so
a-
don't
it's
feel bad.
a-
I think
really?
it's one I missed. My sister was giving me
With
some
who?
grief
Steph Lo,
about
you know
it.
The Real? Yes.
Okay. What's
The
We're
Real?
giving him
Is
a
it like
list.
The View?
It's like The View, but it's
Like
younger.
The View, it's like the talk. it's
Yes.
like
Better.
Good Morning America?
Multicultural.
No.
No, it's
That's
so
how
it's Sister, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
shit.
Tamara.
You said that like you half the stuff I say. Be like,
sorry.
what's that? So the boring one,
but
not the fun one.
The way
I'm
you
sorry.
talk-
Tamara's hella
I'm
boring to
thinking
me.
it's a YouTube show with Tyler or something. That's why.
Oh no,
That's
she
the way
has
you
her own.
explained it. Yeah,
She has her own, so
yeah.
it's that's what we,
parody.
yeah,
I'm
yes,
all about parodies.
yes.
That's how.
Oh,
It's
okay.
cute.
She likes
It's
that
really
satiric
cute, you guys.
humor.
Parody of the Real show, and it's called the Puff Show, and it's basically a spin-off of the Real. It's a cannabis daytime talk show.
Nice.
The Real is just a regular
Daytime
daytime
talk show.
show.
Yes. So
So,
it has Tamara. Now Amanda Seals, which I'm like, I'm back
Oh,
in it.
I've seen some of 'em.
Love her. Love Amanda Seals. You know what? Now that I said that, you kind of look like you could be like second, third cousins a little
love
bit.
how we all have
Yes,
water.
you do. You do.
I'm even gonna reach out to her and see if she wants a bad motherfucker.
You got water too?
She would rock
But,
it.
you know, I go
love
on
her.
to the Real. The ladies of the Puff Show. We actually visit the Real show.
I was gonna ask you. Yeah.
Nice.
Because one of the
Hey.
ladies is in television. She comes from that background like me, but she's more settled into it, so she gets us onto the show and the audience and stuff, and we
Oh.
just like take notes, and we basically try to base our show off of that show because it's
Okay.
fun. It still talks about the Real. It's even more real now that Amanda Seals.
Yes, I just love her. That was the greatest
Did she
addition
replace
ever.
Tamar?
So pretty. They haven't had a fifth host in a while. They just kind of like rotated between different women, and it kind of seemed like that's what they were gonna go. Especially when they won their daytime Emmy, and they won it without her. So it seemed like that's where they were gonna go.
You
But
said
I think
Tamar got on your nerves, but
She-
Tamar
the-
is a nerve
Like,
Well,
Nerve
I
agitator.
honestly know why they had her in the first
Lord.
place. I didn't like her.
because her husband was producing it. That's why. That's why.
Fuck, bro.
But I'm just glad they got
Oh
Amanda
my
Seals. Amanda
God.
Seals gets a lot of like bad rap.
Yes.
And it
I
makes
hate
me
it.
mad to the point now I start to comment on their actual like comment section on their clips and stuff, and people like actually respond to my comments.
Do they? You know, there are people are upset. I'm gonna say, you know, the
About her, I'm like, 'cause
why
she's
people are upset. White people are hot
About what?
about Amanda Seals being on there, and now
Oh,
they're like,
gosh.
it seems more political, or it seems like you guys are
love
just,
her.
it's more for black people. I'm
think
like,
she makes
everybody's
everything
black
about
except for
race.
Jeannie Mae, and she's black, pretty much.
Jeannie
Honestly,
Mai.
I'm like,
Jeannie
how
Mai,
can
thank
you
you.
say that a show with no one on there is white? Not one.
Not
of
one.
those women
Oh,
are.
word.
Tamara's
Wait,
half, but still.
Wait.
They talk
No, I'm thinking of
about
that show with the two
race.
females.
Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
just doesn't make sense. Like, and those are real issues. These
Real.
are multicultural.
They're speaking their
stuff.
truth. Yeah.
And that's kind of like what we wanted to do with the puff,
Right.
and we wanted to show that yes, these are black women in cannabis,
Mm-hmm.
okay, showing you, putting ourselves in the forefront of conversation that like this it's about us.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And
You know?
and destigmatizing as well, because you guys aren't on, you know, welfare. You're not on, you know, doing this. You know, and you have
Right.
educated women. You have women that are, you know, career driven, like you said, the one that's
with
in the industry.
with
you
what I
know.
see with that, people like are so mad because it's like really focusing in and honing in towards black women, and now it's like a black woman show. But my thing is like, why can't it be?
Yes.
Why can't we have
Yeah.
a show
Yeah.
where it's about us?
Yeah.
It is, and you know you
That's
want to
so-
watch it. You
And
don't
that's
even
the
have to
problem.
be black. You want to watch a bunch.
Because they
black
talk
women.
about a lot
course
of,
do.
you know, I want to talk
Why
about,
wouldn't
and I
you?
wanted to talk about this with you, but they recently, they spoke about Joe Budden and how Joe Budden said something about Kevin Hart's, you know, reality or documentary on Netflix, and how Joe said, you know, I understand how Kevin could have felt like he was
I'm
alone.
missing out on everything.
And when he got caught up cheating, you know, Kevin basically said at one point, you know, my boys weren't there. Like my crew wasn't there to kind of help to keep me out of trouble. And so Joe Budden said, you know, I understand. Well, the Ladies of the Real picked it up, and that was one of their, you know, their topics that they discussed. And they just completely
gonna say that?
bashed Joe. And there is hardly any time that I agree with Joe Budden during his podcast. But I agreed with what he said, and he was saying that he feels that as women and as women that, you know, are in the media, they kind of grabbed onto that and they took it and said, and let's make it about how Joe's against women, or made it a women, you know, issue, kind of a situation. Do you feel like they do that? Because I do hear that a lot as well. You know, people are saying, oh, they're man bashing is where I'm getting to. Like they were, you know, taking that opportunity to man bash.
Sometimes I feel like they do that, but only because right now, and I hate this, but right now it feels like it's just trendy to be women supporting women, women hunching together, Me Too, all that stuff.
the women's march and
so,
stuff.
Like, so their brains might be like
love women.
just media programmed to just make
geared
it
towards
women's show, women unite.
I mean,
well, some
like-
people need to get bashed. I mean, it's just,
I mean,
Nah,
that's
but we
true,
can't-
but there's a way to do
we
it. We need
can't-
to be called to the carpet too.
Right.
Women, we are doing some shady stuff. There's some things that aren't right,
I
and
mean,
we need
but
to.
Everybody got a little shady, but we can look at it like that, like people just following the trend. But I mean, shit, that's what trends are for. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like, you
true,
feel me?
but-
Like, and it is like I don't know,
stand
like
it. I can't stand it.
I feel
it
that.
happens in the cannabis industry all the time.
Yes.
Women are out here in the cannabis industry missing the one thing that this cannabis community does, and that's the cannabis. Their cannabis don't work.
Yes.
hey,
Because-
remember when
Because my thing is, I find, or I will seek opportunities to work with women all the time, and I have done so. And I, like this past year, I've really pressed about working with other women, but some women in this community, and thank goodness that the Mary Jane Maven is not one of them.
Thank you.
no,
Thank you.
never
You are-
that.
yes.
No, there'll be none of
They are
that.
not.
I know
They
her.
are not really about supporting other women in this cannabis
no.
space. They are not at all.
No. As a matter of fact, they'll try to cut you down because you're another woman. They see you as competition
Yes.
for
Yes.
them.
Instead, let's
And
coming
then-
up together.
well, and then it's sad when it's another black woman too, because
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're trying to fight to be a token, which is not what the mission is.
No.
We're all supposed to elevate. We're all supposed to bring each other up. And so that's where I was like really struggling with this past year too, as along with my elevation. I like grew so much as far as just who I'm working with and like,
and production,
just what I've seen in the space. And I'm just like, wow, like I've been privy to just what really the real is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I just like that I'm in my own lane and I have my own niche. And no matter what, even if I do choose to unite with women or not, I will always be my own bad motherfucker self.
And then people gonna want to unite with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I love that you do have your tribe as you described, the fellow ladies. And I will say that when I first discovered
men
them,
follow you too.
Men follow you too.
I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. It's like, bro, like
hey,
I rock. Like,
but I'm saying when I first
I
found,
love it.
A lot of men started following me after the Tommy Chong thing.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Ever since then, I'm just like, oh, like men's. I appreciate y'all for fucking with me, but it's only that.
Right? Like, let's keep it at that level.
Dudes
Oh
are
wait,
weird.
wait.
Dudes
So
are weird,
wait,
but
are
like,
they sliding up in the DMs now?
Yeah, no, niggas are weird, bro.
What are they doing now? Like, I have a son and a father and
have a
two
life.
brothers and a man.
And a man, yes.
Yeah, but all that
And
is just a
always
part of the
around
game,
black
right?
stuff.
No, thank
So
you.
how does he
Keep it
handle? How
pushing.
does your boyfriend handle that? Because you are as you become even more elevated and you're growing pains of becoming more of a public figure. Is he supportive of that? Because that's not something that you even think about. You're doing it for your passion and because it's your calling and your purpose. But then it becomes that side as well.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a certain plight type of thing.
Yeah.
'Cause he was just like, it did happen suddenly, and I was just like, man, look, it's not me.
love
I'm
weed,
just
bro.
doing what I'm doing.
Right? I'm
love
not
weed,
asking
bro.
for it. Yeah.
But that's also why I just too. I also try to watch what I put out there because even for myself, I don't like all attention is not
Nah,
always
right. You
you
have
know
a
what I'm saying? And I would
Yeah.
appreciate it if I don't like see those type of messages or something. Because honestly, if it's not about business or not about cannabis, it's like, why are you even talking?
Right?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And really,
But you
that's
know
what-
there's dummies in the world and they can't help themselves. They slow,
It's
girl.
not even
Just be
that,
like,
like-
whatever.
It's like,
Shooting
we
they
might
shot.
as well smoke
That's so
together.
wild. No, that's
Yes.
like,
Right.
that's
Oh,
Oh,
wild.
you get that? You get the whole let's smoke together. Oh,
We not smoking together.
yeah.
With so many people. First of all, I don't even like smoking with too many people.
Right.
I be
Right.
smoking with
Everybody.
Right. And
Legit.
Julian, just for you can't hear
Who's
her
that?
right now, but
Who's that?
sorry, producer. Right now, she got an accent, just so you know, okay?
Talking about dude?
Yeah, do. Sorry,
God.
producer, do.
So
Yeah, you can't hear, but she doing one just for you.
I don't get it, what?
He's always teasing me for busting out with an accent random, and she
So?
just did it.
Vita,
so
she breaks
boom.
into money accent.
into accents and dialects all the time.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
She does the best English. Oh my God. That was hella good.
All the time, and this is my best time. So like every time people think that I
That's
don't know
so
how to like
beautiful.
speak or something, I'll be like, I'm actually quite educated. You just don't know. and
Oh my
you're
gosh.
just the hater.
I love that so much. I can do a lot, but I cannot do an English accent. It's horrible. I remember when I was in a play in high
Right,
school,
what's this then?
and I needed to have kind of a German accent. I played
Don't hate, hydrate. Drink your water.
I played a
Don't
Nazi
hate,
officer
hydrate.
in a play.
Yes,
Yes.
I've played someone
Yes.
racist in a
I
play
played a
as
Nazi
well.
officer in a play, Frau Schmidt. I will never forget-
Frau Schmidt.
Yes, yes, and it was a good. It was a very good play by Arthur Miller. But yeah, so they, my teacher was like, "Come on, we really need you to just nail this accent." I sounded like so many other things, but definitely not a German
One
officer.
time
So
I had to sound like a Southern belle straight from the countryside. And they
Yes.
was like,
We
you know
high.
what? You
We
don't
high.
sound like the black.
Ain't nothing else going on but high. That's it. We just high. Ain't nothing else going on. Just
Uh-huh.
high. That's how we do it.
My.
Can't hear over you eating the
Oh,
fries
wait.
and all of the microphones.
He's all we high.
He is over here lit eating tearing up some McDonald's fries.
Hey, speaking of fries, shout out to that dessert right there.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into here. But that's funny that you say that. One time I did have to have an accent, and I copied my best Whitley Gilbert, who I thought was the best. Yes. So that was my best. I have to say I was. But my best role, I want to ask, just throw it out there as a drama. I don't want to say a drama geek, but a drama kid to another one. What my favorite role that I played was Rizzo in Grease.
You said Lizzo? No,
Riz,
I'm
no,
Yes,
shut
Rizzo.
up.
No, Rizzo.
She had her butt out.
What was yours? I'm sure you had. I mean, you went to a performing arts school, so you years from first grade on. But what would you say was your favorite role that you ever played?
My favorite and most fun role that I played was Little Red Riding Hood in Into the Woods.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Woods is
Yeah, and then like after that, when I just got more older and seasoned, I did like nothing but black plays.
Well, see, that's
Yeah.
good. One of my, what's on my bucket list is to be in and they don't even call it, they kind of call it a Chitlin Circuit type of play.
Okay.
I would love to do
sounds
that. It's called Chitlin Circuit because it's
Put that
black.
on your list.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
Sounds
Circle full of
disgusting.
chitlin.
Chitlins aren't good though, so
God,
they
you-
smell disgusting.
Oh my
I
God.
played the husband in Fences. That was dope.
I played Rose.
Oh,
okay.
word, see, that's
Oh,
lit.
look at
Yeah,
that.
that's lit.
My
It
favorite
It
was
was,
was
Bob.
just a monologue, but I just did the part where I exposed that I was with somebody else. Like,
Oh, I love
Yeah.
monologues.
She makes me laugh. She makes me laugh.
I've been standing with you,
Yes.
standing right here with you, Troy.
Oh my God.
I got a life too.
I'm terrified.
18 years.
Oh my
my
God.
life. Just
I
to
don't even know
stand
that
right
one.
here
She's
in the
looking
same
good.
spot with you.
Damn, girl, you remember? She's serious.
He forgot his
I
lines.
don't know my lines, cuz. I
He
swear
forgot
to
his
God.
lines. He was.
I had dreams.
Good.
What about my life?
Girl.
About
Yeah.
me.
Hey.
My-
Look how she's so good. I like it. She makes you are so good. Applause to that. I mean,
Where's
holy
your
shit.
Hey,
casting
for real, that's
agent?
wild, cuz.
Right?
Like, I really don't remember my lines
You
at
don't
all.
remember lines.
Hey, so on your, behind the music or behind the story, this definitely needs to be on there. Be like, she
Hey,
gave this.
Mine too.
I mean, hey,
Yes.
producers
I
of
need
her
a feature.
future
Right.
documentary. I need to be on there. Okay.
I need a feature.
So
My favorite play was that I did as I relate to you being what was his name? Your German character.
it was a girl, Frau Schmidt.
Oh, Frau Schmidt. Frau
Schmidt.
Schmidt. Because I played Bob Yule in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you?
And I killed it.
You want to know what they really call me though? Because we were in high school. So they call me Frau Klit. That's what everybody called me. So if my best friend's watching, she's swaying right now. They call
That
me
is
Frau Klit.
hilarious.
Yeah, he's high. He's high over there. He goes high. So
Frau Klit. Oh my
you're so
God.
special. You reminded me of Schmitty from
Bad
Schmidt from
Muthapuffa.
New Girl. Okay, so real
Shut
quick.
your mouth.
So we are talking about, or what were we talking about before you got on? We were talking about the Eminem album.
Oh,
Um,
music to
so-
be murdered by?
Yeah,
We
so
was just
someone
talking
that's
about
into
so many
music
black
as well.
people. Why are we going to Eminem?
Yeah.
No,
Look, don't you-
no.
okay.
Let's talk about Roddy Ricch. No.
He
No,
transcends
fuck it.
color.
No, it's the newest album. Everybody's talking about it. I think,
It's
as
gonna
a
sell like
fan,
500,000.
it is it's equivalent to when, the Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady, like it is that fire.
Shout out to Marshall Mathers.
Yes, all day.
Yeah.
Somebody that I used to wear a ring and say that I was going to marry. I did
That's
that.
wild.
I was a full 23 years
I
old.
couldn't even see you with
It
a
was
white
okay.
man.
Why is that so funny? My
Well,
husband's laughing a
I'm
little
dead
too hard
ass.
over there.
Like, I'm dead ass.
My
Like,
oldest-
That doesn't
nope.
even sound right.
My oldest is half.
For real?
Another lifetime, yes.
Oh,
I grew
yeah,
up in
you
Elk
are from Elk
Grove.
Grove. Yeah, I was like, wait, you're from Elk Grove. It
Sounds
makes sense. Then
Italian.
she
Grew
got
up
some.
in Elk
Then she
Grove.
got some Bay Area love. I
And
feel it.
before before the diversity that Elk Grove is now, even though it was
Yeah.
there was a few of us. It was a few, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But then I
she
found
could-
Richmond. Then I found Richmond. There you go.
Yeah,
That's
Tyler,
what it
you gotta
is.
come to the Bay Area. Or come
Yes,
to Northern California.
yes.
in
So I
general.
wanted to ask. I know you were
Baylite.
doing a tour of sorts, which is needed, and you have the hookup here in Sacramento. So
Yes, I do. I saw your comment. I was like, oh,
You gotta try
I'm
something.
already gonna just link up with you because if you can make it happen, we gonna make it happen.
Yes, girl, I
like
could
that.
definitely make that happen. Yes.
for you.
I will say everything
Come
that she
to the
posts,
city.
I immediately am in her DMs like, I volunteer. I'm this, I'm that, as if I live in her area. But
Like,
I am.
we on the move. We
Yes,
on the way.
I am somebody who will. I'm not afraid to get in the car and make that. You know, I can make it to
let's
LA
do
in
a
good 4 hours.
song.
No, for real.
SoCal,
So,
you
like,
know, 4 or 5. We could do it.
And
So
go.
the Canna Mom convention too. So
Yes.
that's part of that. too.
yes, definitely, I would love
Let's
to
do a
be.
song. We should do a
Let's go.
song.
Here we
Let's
go.
go.
With that.
Because you know
Y'all are
what? I
crazy.
do all that just like you. I'm a singer and a dancer and an
What?
actress.
Detroit.
Yeah.
But best of all, I'm a
Can I roll up
female
again?
actress.
Oh,
Bro, I will roll up
she
all
just
day.
broke into that. I is.
Broke it down.
She
for me.
did. She just
So
broke
let's
that
do
down.
it. Let's do it.
Oh, that was good.
Do
So
it and
we
do
are
it
all a
and
little
do
lit,
it.
as everybody
Damn.
could tell, and I hope you all are as well. But
Yes.
speaking of the, what is in the plant that makes us lit, I want to roll
Yes.
into if
Oh,
you guys have heard
yes.
about the new
I read this.
cannabinoid that was just discovered. Oh my god! Has anybody heard about that?
I did.
No, I heard it was something, but I forget what it was.
It is called THCP, and it is 30 times more potent than THC.
Who has the weed?
Wow.
Who has it? Who
Wish
got the
we had that right now.
THCPs?
Wish we had it right now.
You
So
got the
there's
THCPs?
There's two that they
You got-
found. So there's a CBD base. So it's a cannabinoid. I can't say it.
Don't say it.
Cannabinoid for all. CBDP.
For all.
Yeah, heck. So it's CDBP. So those are two new cannabinoids that they found.
We need that weed.
Oh my.
Yeah, so that's really, I mean, I'm waiting for that to come out. 30 times more potent. That's definitely medicinal level on another level.
Yeah.
So I'm
They're
excited
probably
about
gonna
that.
make it as a concentrate first, since it's like.
This is the best thing.
It might be like one of the purest forms or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when they say discovered, though, does that mean they have that it's occurring in nature? There's no I hope it's not like making your own new cannabinoids. That might be a little weird. I don't know. I'll have to look into it more.
Let's see. Want to give a shout out. I hear that we have a viewer, so I want to give a shout out to one of our guests from last week at Sacred Garden Roots.
Hey,
so
that's
thank
my
you so
dog. I'm gonna go
much.
give you some more bad vibes.
Yeah, so yes.
Me.
Her-
Yeah, they hooked us up.
her
We got
yoni
all kind of
stains fire.
lotions and oils.
Yes, and I've been
and
using it.
herbs and
Put it
ooh,
on
and I'm
my
looking forward to
hair,
them yoni
my hair.
oils.
Yes,
Ooh.
yes.
Yoni.
So-
Yon.
Yeah, so it would have been interesting to have you here last week
That's my dog.
and learn about the
bro.
yoni steams
Yeah,
and
what's
all that.
sad.
Yes.
It's okay though. I'm
So come
alive.
back. We'll have them come back.
Yeah, I'm
Because
here.
there's a lot you can cover there. You
I'm
know.
here. I'm in
Most
the building.
definitely. So anything you want to share? What what's going on with the Puff? How often are you guys putting out episodes? Any new episodes coming out? You're so busy. I can't imagine between your bops and taping that and
I'm trying to find and learn balance
yeah,
this year.
you
like-
definitely have to do that.
Really, really, really trying to find it because, especially with being a mom and now my son's getting older, he's harder to deal with.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. 2 years old.
Yeah,
It's
so I'm trying to find balance, but the way we're gonna do it this year is we're going to do maybe a run where we shoot a whole bunch in a month, and
Okay.
then we're gonna just release them
yeah.
itsy bitsy throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta find time when all of the moms' schedules coordinate because we're all moms, we're all Can Mom OGs. So, and one of the ladies has a new baby, so.
Oh, so yeah, you got to work that out. But that's a good idea to be able to get the content and, keep the audience around. Because I think it's a beautiful thing. I would love to see one day, you being guest, the ladies of the real, because I know one of them smoke. One of them smoke.
Oh my gosh,
I'm leaning more
Fat.
towards Jeannie.
It's so hard to one time we got me and one of the other ladies, shout out to my homegirl Jo.
Shout out to Jo.
She got picked to do something special on one of the shows, but they had asked us to ask a question.
Okay.
And we of course asked them a cannabis question, and they didn't use the question at all, and they ended up picking her. But I was just like, when are they gonna really address
Yeah.
cannabis on the show?
Yeah.
It's legal. I know that like you said, I know one of them smokes. Everybody smokes.
Lonnie probably does, actually. I said Jeannie, but
Right.
Lonnie, I could see
Lonnie,
Lonnie
for
light
sure.
up.
They
Sound like a
talk
smoker.
about it at all.
Lonnie
there's-
Love? It does sound like a smoker.
There's
show.
news around that's happening that they could talk about.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
especially with the cafe and how the cafe broke up with the original.
Yes.
You know, like, they could be talking about this. It's Hollywood stuff, like, you know, but I'm just like, why won't they discuss cannabis? Like, it's, so that's why I'm just saying, that's why I'm like, that's why the puff is here, because we're going to be the
Puffing
ones
right.
talking about
Yeah.
it, you know what I'm saying?
You can be that you know, that platform for that information that people are looking for. And I
Yeah,
think it
then
would
they
be
could
good for them.
discuss you.
I can do this
They
all
can
day.
just talk
Yes.
about you.
Well, look, now
Puff,
that Amanda's
yeah.
on there too, I can also see. I know Amanda says she doesn't. She says she doesn't drink or smoke.
The puff she
but
talking
I don't
about.
know. What the puff she talking
You
about?
know what I'm saying? What the puff is that?
Right? That'll make no puffing sense. I don't know. No. Shout out to another viewer that we have. He is the
Puffin'
host
trippin'.
of the Raw and Uncut podcast. So shout out to
that's
you,
puffin'
Akeem.
lit.
So yes, that's puffing lit. You're so
I
silly.
love that.
I
That's
could
all
do
the
this all day.
puffisms, you know what
I
I'm saying?
could do
That's
this all
what I was
day.
gonna
Puff,
go.
yeah.
Yes.
I
Puffy me.
puff these puffisms out to people.
Right. Just
And
The
see
the-
if it
the
catches
puff
on.
terms.
Mother puff of this, mother puff
Yes.
of that.
Connect the world with the puffs. With the puffs.
Right.
You know.
Puff all that.
Yes.
We don't puff it. It ain't.
Well, we are so grateful. I think this has been a great episode. I know that I've been waiting for this. I cannot wait to meet you in person and for us to be able to
Yeah, we're all
collab
going
and
together.
you know and share and
we are.
support
We're
each
gonna
other.
go do
We're
that
all going
song with
together.
her.
Yeah, we're all
Yes.
going together.
Yeah, you know, we could be, you know, in the background of your next cut. That's what we'll
Yeah.
do. We'll be the
If it's good.
doo-wop, boo-wop, boo-wop. No, so what I would also love to do is talk a little bit about a show. And this is going to be kind of like our last thing. And then let's talk a little bit about, give our shout outs, give all your information about where people can find you and follow you. But I did want to bring this up because I didn't get to
Tyler
last week.
Therapy.
So you guys are a little younger. I don't know if you guys were ever fans.
We are
but
the same age.
no, but the fans of Friends, remember? We were,
Oh,
yes.
friends. There she
So-
goes again.
Yes, I have to bring this up because it's a travesty to me. It was a fantastic show.
What, friends?
And-
The white people?
Yes.
What about
But they
Friends?
were
And there you
friends.
go. And there you go. And that's where I'm going, right
No,
there.
because I had to make sure you wasn't talking about your friends. You talking about the show,
The
Friends.
show, yeah.
Okay, I just had to make sure. What,
The
are you comparing it to
Hollywooders.
something?
No, well, because we were talking a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, I want to go." There's this pop-up experience in San Francisco that has like 3 scenes of
Somebody
Friends.
said that show
area.
is hella weak or something.
It is hilarious.
So
Somebody
they've got
said
the
that show,
scenes? Is it
like,
gonna
was
be like
hella
the-
Different
memes
rooms,
about how,
okay.
like, I don't know. It was like something. Like, I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, it's funny because we were talking, and she's like, "I never got into it," and I've had another friend tell me, "Well, because there was no black
I think it
people
was my
ever on
homie
there."
Quan. Like, I think that's what it was. That it was no black people in there or something.
Yeah. So, and then I have people I
Some
listen to
I
other
read on
podcasts,
Instagram.
and they say it was a ripoff of Living Single.
Yeah, there
So-
we go. There we go.
Uh-huh,
Yeah, see,
that's
I was
what
like,
it
I
is.
knew I read something about it was compared to something.
So, am I the only
Yeah.
one, other than producer here? Am I the only one included? And you're not in the room, but you are as well, Tyler, who is a fan of Friends. Is that what?
I've never seen
Steph
it.
Lowe?
I've
Okay,
never seen
okay.
it as much as I've seen
Mr. Jones?
Living Single.
What about you?
What's
Friends.
up, Mr. Jones?
Yes. Were you a fan? Are you a fan? You ever watched? You feel it?
I've watched.
Okay.
But I
You like,
wasn't a fan.
you like Houdini though, right?
It's hilarious.
Yeah. See how many of us have them?
He's so special.
Right,
He's
like-
he is so
How
lit over
many
here.
of us have
He is
them?
lit. I don't know if you can hear him, Tyler, but he is lit
Before
over
we
here.
go-
Just
Hey,
yeah.
CHAWZ, that's why I be on Beatrice. That's what I
barely
make.
watched it. I would rather watch, Living
Living
Single
Single.
or
Or
any
oh,
other
why do I
Friends
keep getting
show
Living Color
without
and Living
Living
Single mixed up?
Color.
Yeah, no,
I
different.
keep getting the Living Color is a sketch show.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's different. But okay, I
got
just
his career.
yeah, I had to bring that
Are
up.
you gonna
I couldn't-
go? I
couldn't-
mean, I
oh,
wanna
I'm
see
definitely gonna
pictures
go.
of you
I want to
over
go.
there.
Well, my
Yeah.
11-year-old, him and I, when we went on our cruise, we were in a trivia together, a Friends trivia.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He won?
We went third place.
Okay.
Yeah, third place. He knows it pretty good. He watched it like 3 times back to back in the summer. So it's pretty crazy. But yeah, so we are getting close to the end here. We're sparking up for our final goodbye. But I wanted to thank you so much for your time this evening. I know you could have been spending time, on your craft or with your family. And for you spending the last hour and a half with us, we are very appreciative.
Yes.
We
Thank
will
you.
be seeing each other in 2020 very soon, I hope. And well, I know we will be seeing each other because when you come out to Sacramento, and everybody that loves her, that's in the Bay
Yeah.
or, in Central California, right around Sacramento. This is where you're going to be able to see her.
Big flex.
Yes,
Gonna
yes,
bring you
yes.
out
So
here. No janky promotion.
I'm
Big
speaking it
therapy.
into existence. Speaking into
Yes,
existence.
exactly.
Yes. So really quickly, let everybody know where they can find you, where they can connect with you. Like I said, shout out your event once again.
Oh wait, can I ask one more question? Where you get your name from? Tyler
Bad
Therapy.
Muthapuffa or
No,
Tyler?
Tyler Therapy.
Tyler Therapy.
Yeah.
I just like adapted it from my other name, which was some Ty Lovin', and then I was like, nah, I'm gonna give him Tyler, like any type of Tyler Therapy. You come to my page for any, if you want to laugh, if you want to cry, if you want to just.
I like that.
Is Tyler your real name?
Yeah, my name is Tyler.
Oh, that's my cousin name too. You're the third female I met named Tyler. So
I
it's
have a
not
cousin, too.
weird no more.
I have a cousin named Tyler
Yeah,
as
at
well.
first it was weird, you know, it's like your name really
Really?
Tyler, but it's not weird no more.
I love boy names for girls.
See, but
It's
that's
cute.
the
I have a
thing.
girl,
Like we
yeah,
don't.
my
You feel
cousin's
me?
Tyler. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so yes, we're gonna,
But yes, you guys keep on puffing with me on Tyler
Puff, yeah.
Therapy, at Tyler Therapy, at Bad Muthapuffa. If you a Bad Muthapuffa, click the follow right now.
You feel me? I need a
Yes.
sweater right
Hey.
now.
Guys, keep on puffing with me on YouTube. I'm going to be putting out more bops and more like just like get to know me, who I really am. I think my viewers really are trying to dive in to want to know what's all up in this puff now. So I'm gonna let y'all know on my YouTube channel. And yeah, y'all gotta keep on puffing. Canamom OG.
Yes.
Make sure y'all follow that. We're going to the Canamom convention this year. We're throwing it, we're hosting it, and the Mary J. Maven is definitely going to be involved with
Yes,
that because she's a
I am.
Canamom OG herself.
Yes.
And yeah, and so many more movements to come. Elevate Sesh events, you guys. I'm sure On Beach Trees is gonna be up in one of them mother puffers.
Hell
you know?
yeah, big in the building.
He will be there, bringing all that energy, bringing all this
Yeah.
energy down there. Well, we
I
want
come
to thank
stock
you
too.
again.
Edibles,
Yes.
regular treats,
Oh, he
vegan
does.
treats. I come stock.
He comes
Yes,
with treats. So
y'all
Yeah.
keep
turn
on
those up.
puffing with me on all the platforms. I appreciate you guys for reaching out to me for this interview.
Thank you.
You know,
You're
I
awesome.
had to show y'all love because you know I done dragged the Mary J. Maven onto my show.
Thank you. Yes, and I can't wait. I'm like, let me be a guest. I was like, I'm coming
so
down.
puffin'
Everything.
cool.
Yes.
Girl, we put you on.
Yes.
Puffy,
Well,
yeah.
thank you.
Best response. So yes,
Thank
I
you so
totally
much.
appreciate
Yeah.
you, Queen. You're doing your
Thank
thing.
you.
And you
Really is
know the
mutual.
mission. We see the mission. We see the vision. And y'all
I'm
gotta
gonna keep
keep on
doing-
puffing with
Yes.
all of us because
Yes.
we puffing some heavy stuff over here. Not talking that fluff over here.
Hey,
Not
I like
talking
that.
okay?
I
She's
like that.
not even playing with you.
Oh, here we
okay?
go. We're
Get
change.
serious right
Well,
now.
just so you guys know, definitely, if you guys are forgetting anything, you know, you're just mesmerized by her beauty and you didn't hear anything about where you can follow her, you can
Yeah.
get with me. Make sure get with Mr. Chaz over here. He can definitely
treats,
point you in the
feel
right
me?
direction. But I do want to go ahead and let you guys know our next episode we are gonna have Taylor from Tailored Mind Studios or
have
Tailored
her
Mind
art in my
Studios. There we
house.
go. Yes. And we're having another guest as well, a good friend of mine. His name is JP. He's gonna be in the building.
Okay,
Then we
JP,
have
finally.
Monthly
Just
coming on
playing.
February the 5th. And we have Lacey B is going to be back
my
next
dog.
week as well.
Yeah,
And then on the
shout out.
26th, we have the host of Highly Sexual Podcast. So we're going to have, another really good Pussy Power episode. So create and
Gotta get-
elevate
Don't
event
stop,
next
pop
month.
that, oh, sorry.
Gotta get them.
pop that, hey.
Gotta get them pussy cupcakes made.
Yes, get
The
those.
fondant. Yeah,
Yes.
she sent me hella
Yes, those
links, bro.
yonis.
It was so many links. So many links with different designs, bro.
But you guys know where to follow everybody on
Yeah.
social media. We got to get on out of here, guys.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
gotta
last week was
go.
2 hours. Can't do
Thank
that
you so
anymore.
much.
So thank you for joining us. We
Yes,
appreciate
Vita,
it.
bringing you
Make
life.
sure
Have a
you
good
follow
night.
us on our Patreon as well. IG, Menage with Mary J. Maven at the Mary
Shout out
J.
to the Wild
Maven.
Jones Podcast
Yes.
Network.
Yes.
Twitter, Mary
Shout
J.
out to
Maven.
Steph.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to Mary J. Maven.
smoking.
On beat trees. Keep everything on beat.
Keep on puffing, y'all.
Yeah, Puff,
Subscribe
yeah.
on YouTube. Please subscribe. Thank you to all our international listeners and subscribers, as I mentioned again. And bang, bang, Niner Gang. All right. Good. We have to rush that really quickly. But